I remember the moment the note was placed in my hands. A small paper folded softly as if even the person who folded it was afraid it might break. The room was quiet, the kind of quiet that feels heavy, and my heartbeat was the only sound I could truly hear. I did not want to open it. My fingers shook, my breath felt thin, and a strange fear wrapped around my chest. Because deep inside, before my eyes even touched the first line, I knew this note was connected to you. I held it for a long time, studying the edges, wondering how many times her weak fingers had touched that same place. The words slowed, the air thickened, and time seemed to wait for me to take the next step. I remembered her breathing, the soft rise and fall, the fragile rhythm of someone running out of strength. Her last moments felt close, as if they were happening again in the silence around me. When I finally opened the note, the first thing I saw was your name, written quietly as if she were whispering it, even through the ink. Just your name, but it carried a whole universe of feeling. And below it, in letters that trembled like her hands, she wrote words that still live in me. Tell her I forgive her. Tell her I never stopped loving her. Tell her she was the reason I kept fighting. I read those lines once, then twice, then again until they blurred in my vision. Each word felt like a heartbeat, and every heartbeat felt like goodbye. Her truth, her pain, her love, all placed in my hands with the last of her strength. And it was in that moment when the room felt too small for what I was feeling that something inside me cracked open. Because while I read her last message meant for you, I realized something frightening, that the emotions she held for you had quietly begun to grow in me too. Not the same, not as long, not as deep, but real. Real in a way I could no longer ignore. She said, you were her calm in chaos. She said, you made her believe in good again. She said your presence gave her strength, even when everything else fell apart. And as I read her words, I understood. Because somewhere between the silence, the grief, and the weight of her goodbye, I began to feel the same warmth, carrying your name inside me. I kept wondering what kind of love make a person use to last of their breath to write your name. What kind of love survives after the body weakens? After the world goes dark, after everything else ends. The kind that doesn't die, the kind that changes shape, the kind that keeps breathing in the hearts of others. That is what she left behind. Not just a message, but a pulse, a soft, steady beat that somehow found its way into my own chest. So I held the note closer, feeling her presence in the curves of her letters, in the spaces between each sentence. And for a long time, I asked myself, why me? Why would she trust me with something so precious? But maybe she saw something in me. Maybe she knew I would hold her words gently, carry them safely, and someday find you. One night, I took the note outside and sat under the open sky. The stars were quiet, the wind soft, and for the first time I whispered your name aloud. The air stilled just for a moment, and it felt as if the universe was listening, as if she was listening, as if somehow she already knew what would happen when her words reached you through me. The truth is, her message did not stop. With her final breath, it traveled through paper, through memory, through the space between us. And as I kept reading it night after night, her love began to echo inside me in a voice that sounded more and more like my own. Sometimes I feel as if she is standing beside me, guiding my voice, shaping the words I am too afraid to say alone. Maybe love does that when it refuses to fade. Maybe it finds new places to stay, new hands to hold, new hearts to live inside. Now here I am, finally ready to carry her message to you. A message of forgiveness, of endless love, of a bond that even death could not silence. And within that message is something new, something from me, not to replace her love, not to rewrite her story, but to continue the echo she started. If you close your eyes now and breathe slowly, you might feel it, her love reaching you again, soft and warm, carried on a new voice but still belonging to her. Her note was not an ending, it was a beginning, a gentle trembling seed of a love that now lives in more than one heart. And I think she knew this would happen. I think she meant for her love to find its way back to you through me.